Right. The usage,
I don't know.
The usage even dropping.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is. This is
Well, it might be a very short live stream.
It might end up being a short live stream. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hello. Hello, peoples. Hey, Soap Chef. Hey, Violet.
I didn't think of that. Still at work.
Oh, yeah.
It is Friday.
It is Friday. You guys don't get to go home early on Friday? Man, it's the worst. Hey, Denise. How's it going? So, everyone, first up, I need to know some information from you. Do you hear an echo when I talk as opposed to when Mr. Soap and Clay talks? Because we're trying to do things with hardware that we're using them in a manner other than prescribed. And if it's not working well, we can turn off one of the mics. So let us know. How does the sound?
Yeah, we've essentially been battling a weird echo for a week and decided to just go ahead and give it a shot.
Hey, Kadra, how's it going? Yeah, we're here. We're here, guys. The second we actually hit the live button, I'm echoey. Okay, we're going to turn it off. Thank you.
All right, so we'll pop this for the plan B.
Good. Thank you for letting me know there's an echo. We still need to fix that. Great. I love that for us. It's bad.
Back to the drawing board right after this.
So it should be better now. You guys let me know. We've had issues with one mic picking up more than the other, and it's been such a pain to get them to whatever. You guys don't care about this. Anyway, that's the reason why one of the reasons why we had to postpone the stream and thought we had figured it out, but I don't know. I'm really not sure. So.
I still think we have a microphone malfunction. Just can't figure out which one it is.
Hey, Angie, how's it going? But yeah, so it's been a very interesting little thing there for sure. I don't know. I just don't know.
Interesting / frustrating little thing.
Good news is I talk loud, so a mic can be right in front of Mr. Soap, who does not talk loud, and it'll all be fine. So, yes.
There's one more adjustment we can make if it's not sounding great, so let us know if you're having trouble hearing misses, but I think we should be all right.
Yeah. Hey, Sock Monkey, how's it going? Hey, Renetta, welcome in. Yeah, so it's a thing. It's a day. It's all a learning process. And you guys are actually going to be around for another learning process type thing today, because we're testing out some scenes and stuff that we have made, getting ready for like live streaming for the Twitch thing, right? The soap live streaming. And so we want to test out the scenes that we've done, because I need to be able to switch between multiple things kind of quickly. And it'll also help us figure out what hotkeys and stuff we need to set up to do it. So it's a lot. And honestly, I'm super nervous about the whole thing and even like testing this with you guys. So
I will be the operator, so Mrs. Soap and Clay can pay attention to the stream, and if anything goes awry during the scene switching or browser usage or whatever, it's me pushing the buttons, and we're doing it for the very first time with anyone watching.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Kelsey, how's it going? It's, this has been weird setting up all of this stuff, and I know this is stuff that you guys don't, like, care about probably, but I, used to not care about this either at the beginning stages of the channel. And it was like, okay, so my audio can be bad and whatever, I'm new. But now I'm like 2 years into this and I want it to be, like good, and it's especially important for it to be like good when we're going to Twitch and there's a lot of extra moving parts. So we're talking about multiple cameras and multiple angles and all of the other like chaos that occurs on Twitch. I need to be able to handle it. So this is kind of what we're doing. Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Oh, actually. Good, Kadra. I'm glad that you care. It's definitely a lot. Violet, I'm glad you care too. Yeah. And so
learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, totally. And the first mistake that we have made is trying to make OBS essentially do something that OBS was never really built to do. And that thing is called have two microphones in the same room without running it through like an audio interface. And we've been battling against buying one more piece of hardware to mix the sound together into one channel, when really we're just going to have to buy the thing and just be done with it.
Well, the problem that I have with that is it's a big chunk of extra equipment and you don't film in one place.
Right.
So moving that setup it's not the same as just popping in a couple of USB mics.
Yeah, that's one of the huge issues going on right now is I don't film in one place. I film in 4. So it's like, oh my God, every time I have to move all the equipment, it becomes just such an arduous process. And half the time I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to film. Just forget about it.
And it's either move all the equipment or have 8 dynamic XLR microphones.
Yeah, seriously.
Set up everywhere.
Soap Chef lighting is like always everybody's problem. Like right now, let me see.
Yeah, we went through a bit of that today too.
We are always going through lighting problems. Like I don't like the lighting today. It's okay-ish. But the easiest thing that you can do if you have not done so yet is just pick yourself up a ring light. Like there's like a $70 18-inch option on Amazon by the company Newer, Neweer, and it comes with a rotating actual ring, so you can put it down to actually film your soap making if you're having issues with that lighting. Then it can be face up if you're doing your face video part 2. And the cool thing about ring lighting is it gives enough light to sort of just disperse everything reasonably equally, assuming you're close enough to the camera. Our problem with this particular setup is we're not really close enough to the camera, so we have to do additional lights, and it's just pain. Susie, you're doing stuff for TikTok? I love that. I love that so much. How's it going, Heather? Yeah, Kadra, the moving of hardware is always a huge pain in the butt. Yeah, yes, Soap Chef. Yep, do the ring lights for sure. It's the best $70 that you'll spend if you're doing anything like this, or TikToks or any of the stuff. Just, well, I don't know about TikToks, because TikToks is just like doing this, right?
I bet a lot of them are still using ring lights.
I don't know. I don't know if they're using ring lights or filters or what. I don't know how to use filters and stuff. So Instagram and TikTok freaks me out because I don't know how to do any filters at all.
Yeah, and also if you can, film in a place where you can control the natural light. That's one of the things we have here is like daylight savings time kick back when the sun sets by an hour. And so that changes, 5 o'clock right now, lighting in the room is different than 5 o'clock a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Angie, do we use reflectors like photographers? So we did play with some reflectors at the beginning, and I have them. I just got to the point where I was like, I don't care enough about, what I look like to set everything up every time. I actually do have a girlfriend who lives in my neighborhood and is a professional photographer. And so I keep kicking around the idea of just having her come in and just set up the lighting and dial it in, and then we just never move it. But again, the aforementioned problem, I film in 4 different places. So that's not a thing right now. I don't.
We even tried marking the spot where the tripod legs go on the floor with tape to get everything right back in the exact same position. But the problem is that you adjust things up and down and you move the shaders in and out, and you never nail it twice.
Right.
Even with doing things like that.
Yeah, totally. It's been such a fun time, for sure. Heather, is it beneficial to do face intros? I have found good success with that. I think Soap Chef can speak to that too. I think there is something to be said, especially now in this day and age, when there's quite a few soap makers out there, that just having that extra kind of personal interaction can be helpful, but certainly not necessary either. It's like, I know a number of Twitch streamers, for example, that are like V streamers. And so they have like a little virtual icon of them in the thing, or they just do faceless, like camless videos and stuff. And they do well too. So it just kind of depends on what market you're going into and really what you want to, deliver. I wanted to put a face to me because so much of Soap and Clay is me. Like my personality is literally infused into the business. And so it felt a little weird to not put my face in, but at the same time, I was terrified to do so. The very first face video I filmed, it took me hours, and I came out of the bathroom because I was filming in the bathtub at that time. And I told Mr. Soap and Clay, I was like, that took me hours for a 5-minute section of a video. I can't, this is not sustainable, not for daily content. And then I just kind of got used to it and got more comfortable behind the camera or in front of the camera. But even like now, like today, because we haven't been live in a while, I've been super nervous all day long. And so...
Are you feeling better?
I don't know. Yeah, now the camera's rolling and people are here. It's actually, yeah, nice. Like, it's better.
I thought it might be nerves.
Yeah, I think it was nerves today. Hey, Osiris, how's it going? Welcome in. Just got home. Let's go. Weekend vibes?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah, how is everybody doing since the last live? Let's catch up. Do we have any big announcements, big cool things to share with the community? Any successes, any failures that we need to chat about, and all of the things? Anything fun, exciting, sad and awful? Let's not trauma dump, obviously, but you know, we are all here for each other, and so do the thing.
Thought of doing face videos terrifying.
I love that. Solette says, I barely ever watch soap making videos anymore, but I literally watch your channel while eating popcorn. It's one of those. It's like I'm here for the weirdness. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason I enjoy it too.
It's a lot.
I'm not trying to learn how to make soap, but I enjoy these. When was our last live? It's been a minute.
Well, the last time you were on was a while ago. I think I did a live like 3 weeks ago, right? But when we got back from Colorado.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. But that was just me. Yeah. And that was the one with the really horrible audio because I was using your mic. And that's actually what started this entire freaking process where I'm just like, I've had it. We have to figure this out because
So I was talking to my brother earlier today about audio, actually, because he's setting up a studio and, you know, because he plays and all that. And he's in the same boat that I'm in that we're talking about. Like, do I get USB mics or do I go with the XLRs? And he's already got the interface and stuff for the guitar. But for the vocal thing, he's been messing with this audio equipment for decades.
Yeah.
And he's still asking me these questions that I haven't answered myself.
Right.
It's a rabbit hole that, like I told him, I've been down this rabbit hole for a year and I may never come out.
Right. But also you're newer to the game. And so maybe he thinks that you know you're more recently into the game. So maybe he thinks you have some new cool tips and tricks. And regardless of how much we think our stuff sucks, it's obviously doing something right, you know? So
yeah, it's I would say we're at least mid-grade.
Yeah.
If not top of the line.
I guess. Kimberly just finished college. Let's go. Good job, Kimberly. Congrats. That's amazing. I love that. And now you get a break because regardless of what everybody told you a while in college about how just wait till you get to the real world, the real world is actually wildly easier when all you have to do is focus on like a job and not school plus a job. So good job. That's awesome.
It's a good time to be entering the work right now too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
With everyone trying to reopen their offices after people working from home for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
People working from home for a couple of years are like, no, there's no reason for us to be here and you can't prove it, so we'll just go somewhere else if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's changing the trend. You're not as likely to be required to sit at a desk in an office 40, 50, 60 hours a week.
Right.
Coming into the workforce now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. That's cool. Soap Chef is working on a melt and pour frosting. Nice. I love that. And still got that corporate job. You know, it pays the bills, doesn't it? It's the thing. Yeah. Him too. I was actually on a Twitch stream earlier today. One of the creators I follow does like Sims content. And it was so heartwarming because she was talking about sort of her struggles with, well, you know, working and not being fulfilled and stuff. And her husband kind of let her, you know, stop working. And she was talking about, and he's, you know, doing his thing while she's finding a new thing, maybe Twitch. And she was talking about how one of her financial goals is to be able to make enough money to allow him to have the same break that he allowed her. And I was like, what a nice thing. That's just super sweet and really made me tear up. And so, yeah, maybe someday. You like working, though, is the thing. Like, I don't think you'll ever stop working.
I do like what I do. mean, there are days where I would just throw it all in, but
Yeah.
not weeks or months. Just that day every now and then.
Right. Exactly. Kelsey got her tax ID and her sales tax license. Yes, let's go. Let's make it official. That's amazing. Hadra's last batch of bubble brittle didn't get hard. I love that. Well, hello, goodness in every bite. Hello from the Pacific Northwest. Got Canada in chat today. Couple Canadians, yes.
Hey, welcome, Canada.
Yes.
I've not been there in a minute either.
And Celeste speaks the truth, actually. As soon as you figure it out, the tech does change. It changes all the time.
Yeah, you know, that was one of the coolest things that I learned this week is a couple of the most popular microphones out. There's a couple of Shure, like an SN7B and its predecessor, were released in the 50s and 60s.
Wow, that's crazy.
And one is a condenser and one is a dynamic.
Yeah.
And they've been around, like they were on stage with Elvis
right.
and stuff.
Which is nuts.
And they're unchanged.
Yeah, but we have so many different mic options. It's like, why do we have so many different ones then if like this tech has essentially not changed a lot for 60 years?
Well, they're just new players. I mean, like Blue didn't exist.
Right.
When Shure existed.
And Blue is a huge pain in my ass right now. I do not recommend the Blue Yetis, you guys. Just in case you were wondering what kind of mic, this was recommended to me, and I disagree. I disagree. I'm really looking at getting the Shores instead. They seem to be easier to work with.
It's entry level if you want to have a professional-ish appearance.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know, a $40 lapel mic or something. But it does turn out that it is entry level.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I do agree getting a good-ish mic because I spent probably like $200 on crappy mics before I finally just bit the bullet and bought the Blue Yeti. Yeah. Which it's better than nothing, and it's certainly better than all of the other mics I was playing with. But as far as what these are doing right next to each other, it's killing me.
That's another thing, because I'm really hating on this mic. Well, because of that. But I have to think back, and it can be great for solo work. Yeah. If you're not trying to have two people sitting side by side talking into two mics, it's really good. Right. Especially if you apply some processing, filtering.
Absolutely. And get a pop in front of it because it definitely picks up your P's. So annoying.
It's affordable enough and high quality enough that I'm not going to say don't get it. But if you're trying to work with more than one person, don't rely on it. Yeah.
Oh, we've got all of the Canadians in here today. I love that. That is so cool. Kelsey, your son is majoring in music tech. Yeah, that's an interesting conversation about the old stuff being, better than the new stuff. One of the old Soul Apprentices, the one that you guys met, Georgia May, her boyfriend is in the audio world. And right when we were starting the channel, like literally right when we were starting, he actually came up with an audio thing. Like, you need this and you need this. And he brought all of his gear out and we tested it all and whatever. And he sent all the specs of everything that we needed, but it came up to like $10,000. And I'm like, I'm just starting this channel. I don't know what the hell it's going to do. So I'm not just going to spend 10 grand on it. Right. And now I still won't spend 10 grand on it. So we're, kind of building, but a lot of the older stuff is the stuff that he was really into too, instead of just trying to make it work with new USB mics and all the jazz. So definitely that for sure. So we have some good, awesome things going on in celebrations in chat today. I love that. And do you have anything? How has your life been? What are you doing? What are our celebrations? We don't have any.
I have been doing electrical work.
Yeah. We've got walls in the office.
The office is coming along. It's nice. I like the fireplace.
Fireplace is nice. Yeah. I didn't tell you guys, but for Christmas, Mr. Soap and Clay got me all of the albums, the Taylor Swift albums, in like vinyl, which is funny because I don't like play vinyls. I don't play anything. Like, I just listen to stuff on, the Amazon thing. But he got them so we could actually hang them in the office. And so they'll be each on their own little, stands on the wall. So you see all them together. So excited. We saw it on a TikTok, actually. And I was like, I want that setup. That's so pretty. And he bought it. So now we have walls. So I get to make that a thing. I'm very excited. For sure.
I'm thinking about making that one of the streaming backgrounds. the Taylor Swift one.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think that's a perfect streaming background. You're loving the channel. I'm so glad. Well, I'm glad you stumbled onto it too. Welcome to the Sudzer family. It's very exciting. I know that you're a part of the Sudzer family now too, though, because I have subscriber only turned on. So you had to subscribe in order to talk. So thank you for being a Sudzer. Soap Chef. Don't ever think you'll do voiceovers because you need a mic. Depending on what kind of camera or what kind of computer you have, the mic is pretty good on most computers. It picks up pretty good. And then whatever software you use, like I use Final Cut Pro, but the first year I used iMovie because I thought it would be a great idea to run all of my tech things through Macs. And now I'm realizing it's not. And
Go Windows.
One very big, very expensive Mac computer and 2 Mac laptops later, we're moving everything to PC. So great. But with the editing software that we have, it's really nice. You can easily cancel your noise and just sort of adjust your equalizers and your volume to make it sound reasonably good. So without a mic. So there is that too.
I also learned this week, and I tested it out. There is an app for the iPhone for sure. I don't know about Android, but there's going to be an equivalent where you can use your phone as a microphone, as a sound input for your computer.
Wow,
You
that's
just connect
crazy.
it with USB.
Wow.
And it sounds really good, actually.
That's really wild.
Yeah.
I actually used to just film my videos using my iPhone and the mic and just the mic from the actual phone.
Yeah, so this way you can have it plugged into your computer just laying right there. So it's close proximity.
Right.
It sounds really good.
Because it was good 6 feet away.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't a lot that needed to be done.
Yeah,
So
it's a multi-array mic.
it's very interesting. Celeste is representing for Haiti and California. Let's go. Am I saying your name right, by the way? If I'm not, please let me know. I don't ever want to mispronounce people's names. Or if you want to be called something different, obviously let me know too. You know what I found out on Twitch today? When someone comes in and has like a username and they say, you know, what do you want to be called or whatever, and they say, you can change their names in Twitch as like
so
a
you see
streamer
what
and
they
a
want to
mod
be
and
called?
whatever. Yeah, you just permanently change their names to that. So you always remember.
That's cool, but sort of weird also. Because then you don't actually know their username they're identifying as somewhere else.
Right.
Like if you go to another stream and they're part of it.
I think it's still that because you've changed it forever. So you
so
always
you
know.
always see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
Because that could be weird. Someone you know and love, and then you go interact with them under a different name.
Oh, hi, who are you again?
End up getting in a brawl.
Well, that was that couple streamer that I was watching today, trying to figure out their setup and whatever. And they actually said that. And I was like, you can change usernames? And they said, yeah, and this is how you do it. And I immediately typed in chat. I was like, I wonder how many streamers have changed my username to problematic. And they responded with, well, now I think I'm going to change your username to awesome. Yay.
Oh, that's sort of a new little sub goal for me to somehow get someone to change my username to something like that.
Right. Problematic. Do not engage. You'll take this. Oh, good. I'm saying it perfectly. I'm so glad. Thank you. You'll take the second brother. Well, he does have a brother. That brother has been married for 1,000,000 years and very, very not on the market. And also wildly different than Mr. Soap and Clay.
He plays guitar and I don't, so he's
different.
cooler.
Yeah, and he's tall. And Mr. Soap and Clay is tallish, but still the shortest person in his family. So
yes, everyone in the family's over 6'1". It's not really fair for me.
I know it's not. You're a respectable height.
They're just all beasts.
You have all the Yes albums in vinyl? Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. And I've worked from home for 12 years. Nothing changed for me with the pandemic. I'm past retirement age and just decided to try creating a business with my body products. I love that. You're doing your second market tomorrow. That's super exciting.
Absolutely.
Are you obsessing over your setups, your booth setups?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. I actually got an email from a company that does canopies, and they want to be a sponsor on the channel. And they're like, we will send you, a product, whatever one you want, so you can like demo it and, do whatever and all the things. And, proper sponsorship. So all the other things in place. And I thought immediately, I was like, that's cool as shit. And then I went, oh no, I can't. I can't think about setting up a booth again. Like that was such a like a brain suck.
I
You were
felt the
thinking
exact
about
same
it
way.
all of the time, like always thinking about your booth and how we're going to change it. And what about this? And maybe this would make it flow better. And how about a skirt? And let's do risers. Like we changed up when we were doing fairs. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it all has to be, you know, cool and awesome and unique and also break down and be portable. And you get it all dialed in for that week, and then the other thing you didn't think about is, the wind. It's 20-mile-an-hour winds, and everything's just blowing away.
Yeah, I think I've told them the story about my very first booth, my fair, when I was just stretched out as much as my little arms could do in a 10-foot. And shockingly, I have that range. I didn't realize it.
Trying to hold the tent down.
To hold the tent down because the wind was kicking up. Sorry.
Yeah,
we
tied down water jugs and bought weights, and that was the worst part of all of it, is wind.
The wind was
and
bad.
It always like kicks up the day of the market.
Let's be honest, that's never been the worst part for you. The worst part was the setup and the takedown, because I have these overly complicated things.
Well, we had to build all the things.
You had to build them.
It was like,
and then they had to be.
We're putting together a movie set for a market, and it changes every other week.
Yeah,
and then it's all got to fit in a truck and
it's all got to fit in a
be
truck.
assembled in 45 minutes,
or in the back of an SUV if Mr. Soapy Clay is unable to be there. It was a lot. It was so much.
I was so glad when those days were over.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
That's the real reason I suggested the whole retail thing.
Oh yeah, that's 100% the reason why I ended up with a retail shop.
Let's not do this.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to. We're all done. Goodness in every bite. Do you always have to use SLSA and poly 80? No, not at all. So SLSA is a nice artificial bubbler. It's a very gentle surfactant. And so it can be used in a number of products. Like if you're trying to do a bubble bar or solid bubble bath recipe, I've yet to get one to work that does not involve SLSA. You're talking about for bath bombs, totally not necessary. You just won't have the extra foaming thing. Poly 80, that is an emulsifier that's going to help distribute your micas in the water, so you don't end up with, so they actually color the water and you don't end up with a ring around your tub as much when it's all said and done. Again, neither one of those things are necessary, but it makes for, it all depends on what you want your experience with the end user to be. So definitely not a necessary product to put in either one of them. Kimberly said she did her first vendor show with herbs and berries. Your donut bath bombs didn't sell crazy, but if people saw it, they came over and asked about it. Right. And that's definitely a good thing to have, like something that draws a crowd, that attracts a crowd. And so the Batharones always did it for me, for sure, or the cupcake bath bombs, those ones too. What really actually started doing it for me, though, in events was I or one of my employees, one of the soap apprentices, would make bath bombs on site in the booth. And so we're there making bombs, and it's like flies to honey or vinegar or shit.
It's sort of like YouTube, right? I mean, people just like to watch people make things.
Right. Yeah.
But if you can do it live in person.
Yeah. So if you're able to do that, like if you have a comfort level where you can make, and converse while you're making and do whatever, it's a big draw for sure. So you have 3 farmers markets per week, Soap Chef. Yeah, this is a really busy time for you. Yeah, I remember that.
And that's what leads to this comment.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Soap Chef.
Right there.
I do feel your pain.
Yeah. Hello, Jay. Welcome into the chat. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the Sudzer family. We are currently just all the Sudzers are talking about their big wins and all the things right now, before we hop into probably breaking the stream, which is really why I'm really just going to keep chatting with everybody.
You know
That's
what?
fine.
You didn't even do your thing.
Oh, crap. I didn't do my thing.
We're still just in the shooting the shit until you start.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. It's 30 minutes in. I'm sorry. Okay.
Stream's not even really started yet. We've just been chatting.
We're just chatting. We're in the just chatting stream and Twitch. That's what it would be. How's it going, Sudzers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 250 of 365 days of soap, which is weird because we just released day 253 yesterday. Just roll with it. It's all fine. And today we are doing a Friday night hangout, really. And with this Friday night hangout, as well as, just chatting with you and catching up and doing the things, we are also going to be looking at and analyzing some of my most disliked videos, just for funsies. You know, it's all a good time, and it's a way really to test the different scenes that we have going on to see if we can actually easily do this while I'm covered in soap. If I'm going to be doing the making soap live thing. So, yes, that's what we are doing today. And I don't know how it's going to go down, so we'll see.
It's going to be interesting. Hopefully it goes down without a hitch.
That's the hope, for sure. My mission chat things. Here we go. Yes. You have tons of tents, chairs, and tables. I can't wait. Yeah, definitely send pictures. That'd be awesome. Or if you put anything on Instagram, tag me in that too. Yep, absolutely. That would be super cool. Why do I have warnings for this? The resolution is bad. We don't like the resolution.
I mean,
Whatever.
that's a low resolution, but why did it go there?
That's something else to deal with.
I don't think that's one we can change on the fly.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We just lost a camera. Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah. It just turned off there.
Oh, hi. We lost a camera. It's all good. Yeah.
All right.
Osiris just said it's going to go good. I hope that was not a comment in response to me and being able to mess with the scenes because we just lost our camera. So, I love that you believe in us, but I think our camera just died. So that's fun. Mr. Soap Chef is outside sawing, nailing, and painting new displays. That's just that's a good partner in crime with all of that. Goodness in Every Bite makes cookies for a living. I love that.
Batteries.
The battery died. Oh, and we can't actually plug it in to do anything.
It's plugged in, it shouldn't.
Yeah, and we don't have a battery pack for it. Yeah, no, Mr. Soap and Clay just said the battery died on the camera. Somebody said on Twitch earlier today, they called themselves scuffed streamers. And I relate to that so hard. A scuffed streamer, essentially somebody that something always has to go wrong every time we do the thing. It's great. Yeah. I love that. I really like the idea of Goodness in Every Bite also making like soaps and bath bombs and stuff that look like food. And then so it's like a crazy guessing game. Which one do I eat? Which one do I not? In two different spaces, of course, because you have to have your proper kitchen for that. Yeah, total black hole, guys. Our stream, our camera died. It's dead. So
yeah, and it's got to be plugged into the computer with the USB cable to work. So if it's not charging that way, we have to unhook it to charge it.
Yeah, there's actually a funny thing because we are doing this, the podcast format, since we are playing around with our different, with just like looking at our most disliked videos. We don't technically need me and my face for all of it, so we might be able to take the camera off for a little bit and plug it in and see how fast of a charge we can get. Do you think?
Sure.
Let's try that. Yeah, pop it into the lightning one, and we can spend a little bit of time actually looking at a couple of these YouTube videos that are my most disliked ones, which I think is just, for the record, my channel average is not low. I'm still at 99.2% like to dislike ratio overall. But every once in a while, like a video gets more dislikes than I would expect. And I've never had a video disliked more than 89%. And I will let you guys place your bets on what that video is. I have one in the 80s. It's at 89%. And I'll let you guess which one you think that one is. And we're just going to talk about a couple of them just to, I don't know, be funny and maybe get your guys' opinion on what they even are. You know, like why it was so heavily disliked. So it's...
I feel like this group should be able to pick that one.
I feel like this group should definitely know what my most disliked video is. Like, for sure. Yeah, Jay, all of the small business soap companies are awesome. And just the stories behind why people create and then the spin that they put onto the the craft. It's so amazing. It's so fun, and I love being a part of all of it too. Oh my goodness, you're in the death and destruction process of converting a Katrina trailer into a workspace. Wow. Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot. It can be a lot. And it always looks a whole lot worse right before it all comes together and looks perfect. Ask me how I know. Yes. Kimberly has a good guess right there. Kimberly has a good guess. Yeah. Well, thanks, Osiris. I appreciate it. Yeah, people actually dislike. And so, like, the lowest one that we have on this little list here is 89%, 89.1%. And the rest of them are around 94%. But yesterday's video almost made this list on the, like, at the 11th hour, which I don't understand at all. I don't get it. Like, what the hell happened yesterday that, like, it got, because when I checked it about an hour after posting, it was down to like 92%, like to dislike. And I'm like, what was in that one? What did we do? And then I realized that I probably brought that on myself because I talked a little bit of shit on Facebook on a really ridiculous thread. And so probably I did that. It was intended like they deserved the it wasn't even shit talking. Whatever, they deserved.
You basically told them that you were going to talk shit in a YouTube video.
Right. I told them that I'm taking all the salty comments to a YouTube video.
So then they popped over to YouTube to find her.
Dislike today's video. Yeah, so it was fun. But we can actually look at, let's see. I have to figure out how to interact with this is actually making me really happy, actually, because you guys don't get to see me freak out on finding the video before I put a screen up. This is kind of good that the camera died. I love this. I love this so much. And if I lost people because they just wanted to see my face, that's also okay. Because
they're about to see your face again because you're going to share videos.
Yeah, I'm going to share a video. So, no.
Eat healthy and feel your best. You gotta try Kachava. Kachava is the world's healthiest all-in-one meal shake.
So there's actually a lot going on in today's video, so I'm going to keep this bit a little bit. So this guy right here, the hidden color bath bomb video there, that one. Wait, what are we talking about here? Goodness never bite. Yes, we do have kids. We have 2 children. We have 2 little girls, the Soap and Clay Kidlets. They have been on the channel. They like to make soap. They like to come talk about the soap and all of the things. And yeah, I was surprised. I thought yesterday's video was fun. It was fine. It was good. Hey Val, how's it going? And it was, well, I'm not sharing links, but I will tell you it was on soap making. Soap space making. And it was meant to be a really nice post, and everybody just started getting salty about in the comments. And so I read these comments and I'm like, I'm putting all these salty comments on Facebook. You guys need to calm down. Like, let's celebrate soap makers. It was nuts. But anyway, this hidden color bath bomb using activated charcoal video has 94.4% like to dislike. And it has 1,500 views on it. And I don't understand what happened here. Like, why did people dislike that one? That was very strange to me. Maybe we can play it. Do you remember how to mute? Do you have a hotkey for muting us?
Yeah, but since we don't have both mics, I can just hit the button.
Oh, you can just hit button. Okay.
Yeah. Ready?
I have a serious question that needs to be answered. What is the appeal of a black bath bomb? I'm not kidding. I don't get it. Classes in, the shop, I ask people, first off, who here has made a bath bomb before? So I don't get that. I don't understand why that one was disliked. Do you have any ideas? Yeah, Val, sorry, we've lost camera. And so we're just doing a little bit of weird fun stuff without the camera, which is really fun for me because we're messing with different scenes that we've set up. And in this particular scene that you guys are theoretically seeing right now, you're meant to be seeing this big video, like kind of biggish, but then also us in the corner. But since our camera died, we're giving it a little bit of time to charge up before we turn it back on. But I don't know.
Also, can you see the YouTube video that she's playing about the hidden color bath bombs, and how quiet or loud was it when it played? Because we're trying to dial that in as well.
Yeah, that also, please, if you guys could give us information on that. That went down the wrong pipe. Kimberly thinks it's because an experiment video and they expect you to just tell them how to do it. Yeah, there was not a final successful conclusion. It was definitely an experiment video, for sure. And I do get that, for sure. There are a lot of people who just do come on and like comments and stuff and say, just give me the recipe. Or I don't like it when she talks. Just give me the recipe. And I'm like, okay, she is me. Like I'm a person. And I don't really have to give the recipe, you know?
How about you go do your own work?
Right. I give a lot of recipes. So, okay, good. You see, it was perfect. Good. Awesome. I love it. Perfect. Hi, Cassandra. How are you? And so I get that that's probably what it was. They wanted a successful thing and it was an experiment video. And maybe they were brand new to the channel at that moment. Like, you know, all 7 of them. So...
Right, but it was still valuable information.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just, I feel this way with everyone. If you're going to get offended by what I'm giving you, then just go do your own work.
Yeah, it's like somebody said earlier in chat, I think it was Osiris. It's like, I mean, if you don't like it, just walk away. You could just do that, for sure. Could be the black bath bombs. Yeah, because some people love black bath bombs, for sure. And it just freaks me out not being able to see my legs, you know? Like it actively just freaks me out.
So that's the reason for the dislike. I don't know why anybody would want a black bath bomb.
Right.
Go, fuck you then.
Right, I hate you. Black bath bombs are the best. So yeah, that was one that was sitting at 94.4%. And this other one here is... well, I mean, I guess we sort of already have the answer to it, but this one, I actually had a ton of fun with this video. Okay, like literally you don't want to let me type? Like you hate me.
Just hit the X.
You don't like me. This is all... I super love that we're podcasting right now and there's no camera. This is so weird. Oh
I love
God.
that you keep looking at it. Though.
I do. I
That's
keep looking
amazing.
at the camera like I'm interacting. Oh, it's shut off.
Yeah, she's totally still talking to the camera.
It is. It's shut off. And so this one here, this clear cold process soap, that is another one that is currently sitting at 94%, like 94.6. So again, it's not a bad, you know, by any stretch of the imagination, it's fine, but 7,500 views. And what that video ultimately was a video that was a recipe from someone on Facebook in one of the forums, right? And so I'm testing this out because what is this trickery? I want to do this recipe. And so it was literally another test day. So I assume that's probably why. Also, it wasn't liked because my soap, well, also I did mess around with the soap because I'm like, well, clear cold process, sure, I'm going to put some clay in it. Let's see how clear it gets. Because I can't not put, yeah.
It is the name of the business.
But it was, yeah, that was a very interesting one that I thought that one would be super fun. For sure, because it was fun. I literally was trying something I had never tried before, and it was tons of castor oil in all of it, and just trying to make the science make sense behind it, like why you were able to get transparent soap through a cold process recipe. So I didn't understand that one at all. That one was very strange. But probably exactly what, who said it earlier? Kimberly was saying earlier. It was a test video and people don't like it. Yeah, the test videos, I think if you're not a part of the channel, like you don't, like you're brand new, if at any given day you're just brand new to my channel and I'm like, hey, today we're breaking something. I guess I can see how people wouldn't like that, but I also don't know that it was worth a dislike, you know?
So we're assuming that these people that disliked had multiple failures trying to do the same thing, and then they searched YouTube for a way to fix it and ran across your video, and they weren't taught how to fix it, and so they disliked.
Right.
That's where we're at.
Which is weird.
Like, well, you didn't know how to fix it before, so why are you going to dislike my video?
Right. Like, what the heck? I'm testing too.
The only difference between me and you here is that you didn't film your failure.
Yeah, that clear coal process video, Kadra, was so much fun. Like, it was wild. Using castor oil in percentages. I've never used castor oil before. It was super crazy, and it was cool. It was fun. It just it wasn't as well received as I thought it was going to be. And so there was that. Another one that is actually really, really confusing to me, and we're going to actually play a little bit of this one because why not, but first we're just going to look at the thumbnail. So this was the thumbnail that was originally in the thing. Because a lot of the times, right, it can also be the thumbnail, right? It can be, maybe it's a clickbaity thumbnail, although YouTube by definition requires clickbaity thumbnails and or titles because that's what it is. And at this point, most creators just do it all to be funny. But I got this one, which only has 300 views. That also is sitting at 94% like to dislike. And I'm like, that's really weird. Like, nobody's even seen it, but a lot of people that did see it didn't like it. And already I don't get it because it's the Soapprentices, and I do nothing but just like I'm just so proud of the Soapprentices. And so whenever they do a video, you know, I talk about how great they are and how proud of them I am because I'm still looking at the freaking, you know, camera to talk right now. But I'm proud of them. And so it's really weird that you know, it offends me on a personal level, actually, I guess is what I'm saying. When a video from one of the Soapprentices gets disliked, I'm like, no, sir, no, ma'am. That's not okay. These are my babies. And so it's not cool. Lady Kit says that they love the videos where I break stuff and try things. Yeah, that's you. And it is. It really does encourage you to go try it too. Because what's the worst that happens? Nothing. Usually nothing.
Yeah, I always thought those would be really popular, but I guess they're popular with people who have some confidence in what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's ready to branch out and experiment, right?
Exactly. Are we allowed to call out Panda Rant? Hi, Panda Rant. How's it going? We were talking about you earlier. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, exactly, Soap Chef. When they do things like that, yeah, it can hurt the channel for sure. And I mean, not much. Like, honestly, YouTube doesn't super care about anything unless it's like an intense like to dislike ratio. And so engagement is engagement. And so that's still ultimately good for the algorithm for your channel if you still have a very high like to dislike ratio. But it can definitely hurt the creator's, you know, self-esteem and stuff like that. And I guess that's not your problem. But also, like, what do you gain from that? You know, like, what was your end game there? What did you gain from just being, especially the comments, the mean comments? It's like, that's way out of pocket. What did you gain from that?
What do you feel like you accomplished?
Right. I will never understand that for sure. Yeah, maybe they don't like puns. Yeah, you didn't know what a Soapprentice was. It's actually funny when people find the channel at different stages and stuff, because we've had a lot of people, you know, like new people find the channel every day. And for a while there were a number of comments from people asking, okay, the pontoon, you're actually filming on a boat? And I'm like, oh no, I guess I should explain things better once in a while. Like, just assume that there's always going to be a new person and they're not in on the joke or whatever. But no, not a real pontoon. I'm sorry. I don't explain things well.
It doesn't exactly have to be explained, though, for a new person. So, you know, it's not a boat. If you go back to my previous videos, it's explained there.
Yeah, but you can't expect I have 620 videos up right now, sir. Like, I can't expect everybody to watch all of them. And the people that do, it's like, you are amazing. I love that. But anyway, this is another reason why this really made me mad, this video here, because we're just going to go to the end. It is such a stunning bar of soap.
It's all right. Say it's all right. It's all right. Have a good time, 'cause it's all right. Oh, it's all right.
Check out this verb.
So first up, I think we need to do something about the ads. Okay.
Oh man. Michael, they're your cousins.
It's stuck for me. I decided that this was definitely a wood grain soap as I was cutting it, and not a marble soap. And so that's what I went with. I don't believe that Georgia felt that this was a marbled soap either, but it makes a very pretty wood grain, so that works. And oh yeah, like, yeah, look at this. Once we start cutting these pieces, it's totally going to all come together and go, oh yeah, totally, that's a wood grain. I can absolutely. So, like, how pretty was that? That's such a pretty soap. And also, it was unfortunately one of those times where the soapprentice really was down on herself because she thought she failed. And so then I, you know, look at it and I'm like, you didn't fail. This is a gorgeous soap. And then I put it out and it doesn't get the likes that you should have gotten, especially since I'm literally talking in the video. She wasn't super into this one. It makes me like Mama Bear rage mad. Like, it's so, ugh, people. Oh yeah. Yeah, some people do like dragging other people down. It's very sad. And Susie, I'm glad that you went back and watched a lot. It's a lot. It's so much to watch. There's such a big back catalog. And apparently back in the day, I was just trying to get every little bit of AdSense I possibly could, because I've got ads on the screen, like over the overlay ads, and wow, it's a lot. It's a lot.
We're going to have to revisit how we pull up a bunch of different links.
I know. It's so nuts. Yeah, Arlene, I actually don't like not posting. Like, whenever I take breaks, I'm like, no, I miss this. I want to do it. Year 3 is definitely not going to be the same. Like, it's not going to be daily content, I don't think. And if it is, it's going to be very heavily Sudzer driven, because I do want to celebrate and call out other soap channels in all of this, because you guys are awesome and you deserve, or soap makers, and you deserve to get awesome things, you know, too, and the recognition that you deserve. So year 3 will definitely be a thing. That's assuming we can get through year 2 though, right? Damn. It's been a lot. And hey, Tim, how's it going? Nice to see you here. We're here at a proper time this time, Tim. We're here at a proper time. It's good. And we're not here at midnight. Although I super do appreciate you being there at midnight when we did that accidental live that we don't talk about from last Saturday night. That was fun. The thing that really sucked about that live, though, was we had just done a test live like 20 minutes prior. We had just done a test live And I set it to private because we wanted to check settings and all of the things and play around with whatever's. And then we decided to change the setting and do it again, and it didn't work. And all of a sudden we just immediately went live, and I don't know what I did, but I broke it, and that sucked. Yeah, so everybody's talking about the soap colors. Yeah, she did such a beautiful job on that. Like such a pretty soap. And it was just very, like, I don't know, disheartening to see that. And unfortunately, that was back during the time when you could see the like to dislike. Everybody could see the like to dislike. And so the Soapprentice was super following the videos, but also super following her own. And so it wasn't like anything that I could even like hide from her, you know? And so that was just, like I said, I get mama bear ragey when that happens. It's not a good time. All right, let's see how long we can do the thing with half battery, huh? Let's see if this comes up now and if we're going to be in the thing. I don't know where to go. I've got so many things up. Oh, yeah, that's another thing with all of the new stuff we're doing. Hey, we're back, guys. You see
Hey, look
it?
at that. It just worked.
Hi.
That's nice.
It just came in.
Oh, you have to... No.
So look, right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, good.
I love that. Yes, I'm glad that we're back. We're back for a little bit. That's awesome. Angie is finding that soapy groups in Australia are becoming increasingly bitchy. Yeah, no, it's like getting weird everywhere. I don't understand.
Well, at least they're just now becoming bitchy there, though. They've been bitchy here the whole time.
I know. Yeah, they really have been.
Americans are very progressive.
Yeah, Americans are progressive in their bitchiness. Heather, I will ship to Canada as soon as the website's back up. So, yeah, we have figured out all of the shipping stuff. So we will be going worldwide. Thanks to, in part, a lot by A Drop in the Ocean. You know, her assistance with all of it was good, among other people that ship worldwide. So figuring out all of that. So that's been cool. Yeah, we're back. We're here. Yes.
There's so much Canada today. I love it. Not been there in a couple of years.
Canada and Australia, and I love both of that. I like that we get to interact with both of those.
I was in Canada when the whole COVID thing started, and I had to race back into the US before they closed the border. That's the last time I was there.
Yeah, literally, like the day that they were closing the border because of the pandemic.
Yeah, I left a day early to make sure that I was going to be allowed back into this country.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. You're just going to live in Canada from now on.
Yeah.
You're just an hour up, but that's where you're going to live.
It's still so weird to me that that's a different country. Because it's so close.
Because we're so close.
You just drive a couple hours and you're there.
I bet people that live in San Diego and Texas and Arizona also feel the same, that like Mexico's there. It's like, that's crazy. We're right there.
Yeah, actually. I lived in Texas and California.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the website is, we're going to get it back up, guys. It's been a really sad thing, actually, that it's been taking me so long, and I'm sorry, and I know that I'm letting people down, like to the point where I'm just sending people soap. Like, because my sudsers historically have always really backstocked my soaps during sales. Like, they've stocked up on my soaps during sales. And so they'll buy like 100 bars at a time during a big sale. So I wasn't super worried about anyone running out of soap, right? And now they're running out of soap. And so it's like, I have to get the website back up. And the first thing I'm going to do is a massive sale so everybody can stock up again, because I feel terrible.
And we don't want you to be smelly. It's time to resupply.
Right. Yeah, we don't want that. It's terrible. Goodness in every bite, so the Canadians will take it. I like it.
I like it up there.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons, yeah.
It's like $1 for a coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, we should, next time we go north, we can do that. I would love to do that. As the world is opening up and starting to become normal in some places. Although in other places, I've talked with some of the other sudsers, they like places in Australia, I think. Like, some places in Australia have been pretty strictly locked down for a while. I think around like the Sydney area, I think. But other places are just now hitting restrictions and masks and stuff as we are taking hours off, which is still a weird thing to me. I 2 years and I just don't know how to act anymore. I don't know what to do with my mouth. And so it's just easier to put it on. And actually, if I don't feel like putting on makeup before leaving, I do just put the mask on to go into the post office. That's fine. This is fine. How's it going, Yilda? You actually
So
haven't
funny.
missed anything. I mean, you have. Like, we've been here chatting and having a good time, but the last 20 minutes has been a black screen and Mr. Soap and Clay and I pretending like it's a podcast because our camera died. But we kept it rolling. See? Professional streamers.
Absolutely.
We just kept going. Absolutely. We didn't freak out and crash the stream.
Can't wait to watch it back.
It'll be a fun time.
And we're probably going to go black screen again because the camera is saying it's like half charge. We got it on this rapid charger.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it lasts on half a charge or if it's really half charge. So it might die again in the next 10 minutes.
It might do that.
But at least you get to say hi one more time. Yeah.
Yeah. Karen, wine at her place. Yes. We'll do coffees and wines and all of the things. And yes.
Absolutely.
And Verna grew up in San Diego. I love that. Goodness in every bite. Yes, we have made coffee soap. A lot of coffee soap. And actually, in the next few days, I am doing. It's like Soap Chef and I share a brain because yesterday, I think she did. I think it was yesterday's video. She did salt brine bar video. And I had just finished doing the voiceover for a salt bar that I just did. And so that was fun. And we're doing this particular one is a salt brine coffee soap. So the water instead of water is coffee and also salt coffee. It's weird.
That sounds terrible.
You don't want to drink it for sure.
I'll take some Tim Hortons over that. Thank
For
you.
sure. You definitely don't want to drink it. Do I still check my Instagram? Daniel, yes. Hi, how are you? I do. I think I saw a message from you this morning, but I think I checked my Instagram at like 4 a.m. And that's the worst thing for me to do, right? To check my socials that early because the thing that I should do is respond, but then I feel bad because what if you actually wake up to dings and I responded at 4 o'clock in the morning and so I'm an asshole. And so I'm just like, well, I'll respond later. And then I forget until the next day and 4 a.m. comes again and it's a vicious cycle. I should do that in the afternoon. Books by C.S. Friedman. No, I have not. But I think that's, you sent that in Instagram. Yeah, I have not. But it sounds super interesting and I would love to read them / listen to them if we have audio versions of them because I always need something to listen to while I'm working. So that would be cool.
And audiobooks are amazing.
We've got New York City in the house. I love that. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Yeah, salty coffee. It's weird. It's weird. It's going to be it's a fun recipe day. So that one's coming up the next couple days. So that's coffee soap. But also there's 3 other coffee soaps around that same time as well because I was fulfilling a wholesale order. So I'm like, let's do that.
That's what I was just thinking of. Salted caramel soap. Salted caramel coffee.
Oh, that would have actually been a really great idea. Salted caramel coffee soap. I love that. Like, that would have been smart. The wholesale account wanted a beach theme. So it's salty coffee ocean scent. It's fun.
I like having coffee on the beach.
It was fun. Yes.
I love
Yeah,
having coffee.
it's a nice beard. Panda likes your beard. Panda might have some beard envy.
Panda, do you still have yours? Your chin straps.
I love that idea, Nicole. A Suds or Soap camp where we all get together. Yeah, it'd be fun.
And video it.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as the house is done, we can invite preferred Sudsers that won't murder me to the house. And we can just have a big party. There's plenty of room, and there's room for tents and stuff too. Do it during the summertime, which you can't
you
fit
could
in the
have your own
house.
farmer's market in the yard.
Yeah, we could do tents and all the things.
Everyone bring your booth.
It would be a lot of fun. I was thinking about tents for sleeping if there's not enough room outside or in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Or then also we just have the park, so they can just bring their campers. Just line up there too.
Yeah.
So it would be fun. Oh, speaking of preferred sudsers that won't murder me, Discord is actually ready to go. So I will put a link in the main comments of this video when it's done. So an invitation to Discord, and I'll delete it after 24 hours. So like, just you guys get it, and let's try to break it. Let's play with the settings and look at all the stuff and see where you can post and where you can't and all the things. And make sure it's working. Let's actively try to break Discord so I can see where I need to make some changes. But we can get a little chaotic over there. And the Discord ultimately will serve to be for the Sudsers. It has my name on it, but it's not about me. This is about us building a community here where we can get feedback from each other for recipes, share pictures, share successes, share failures, just, all of the things in a nice, safe environment where nobody's going to shitpost on you. And so that's the hope for the Discord. So you guys go nuts.
It's a very cool integration, what I've heard some of the people that you listen to on Twitch doing. Like, I'm going to go off, Discord's active, you be there between streams if you want to continue your conversations, because they're basically like, it's like this, right? We have the chat during the live stream. Well, a couple of you, 3 of you might be talking to each other, and if we shut this off, then your conversation shut off. But you can all 3 just go to Discord and continue what you were saying. You don't need us to like be hosting something for you to do that.
Right.
And I think it's really cool how they do that.
Right.
And people do it, right?
Right. And that's why I love
50
the Discords.
people hop over to Discord to continue their conversation that has nothing to do with the streamer or the host.
Right. And that's why I love the Discords, because they're a nice, cool, safe environment for people to be friends and friendly without, giving away too much information. Well, here's my email, here's my cell. Let's, because you might not be there yet to actually connect like that, but also just a nice place for like-minded people to vibe and hang out at any time. And I love that. So we're going to do that. I will leave the link for Discord, the invite, in the comments at the end of this. And you guys do actively go try to break it. We've got cool emotes. We've got all kinds of fun stuff. My face is an emote. A lot of weird ones.
Yeah, but on our end, it takes like an hour for this to buffer and upload and all that, so you can do main comments, right? Or no? No,
main comments are right now.
Oh, okay.
Like, for all we know, people could be putting main comments on right now going, "You suck, streamer lost their feed."
Oh.
No. Like, it might be happening. I don't know.
We just can't see it because we're in the middle of this.
Yeah. Tim Hortons. Yeah, there are some Tim Hortons down here. And I don't know of one that's close. I think Canada is the closest. Sandy, hello from Alaska. Hi. Welcome in. I am glad that you are enjoying yourself here. I love that. So we're going to play another video that's going to piss me off, okay? So I guess it's fun that it's part of me.
I'm glad the camera's rolling for this one, yeah.
Yeah. So this one actually has 90% like to dislike. And again, this is just for fun, obviously, because I'm not doing this to be like, oh God, I expect everyone to like me, because of course I don't. But this one cut me in ways that I don't understand, because again, this was during the time where the Soapprentice, where like to dislike was not hidden from public view, and the Soapprentice did this pipe divider challenge during that Amy Warden soap challenge thing, and you guys remember how crazy that was anyway. Like, we were having problems, and we just rolled with it, and it was fine, it was whatever. And we were dealing, I think this was a Lone Star scent blend, and we had nothing but problems with the Lone Star scents. And this was like the 4th one that didn't super work for Georgia the way that she wanted, but she totally made it work at the end of all of it. Anyway, like, she kept going. And this ended up with a 90% like to dislike. And this is my second most disliked video on the entire channel. Only has 900 views. So it's like, what did you do here? And just by this title alone, I'm just like Mama Bear rage mode. Like, I'm obviously like here for my Soapprentice, and you're just gonna be just a jerk about it. I didn't like it. Was wild. We actually got a lot of really bad comments on that one too that I had to delete. So that was weird. People playing New World use Discord to coordinate their play. Yep. There's a lot on Discord. There's a lot of different ways that you can use Discord. And so I'm glad that we have that, and we can use this for recipes and picture sharing, and we can have a photography channel, and we can have a help with photography or help with videography or whatever channel, and all the things, and just kind of help each other out, and gas each other up and do the things. So
yeah, until Mrs. Soap and Clay started setting up a Discord, I actually thought it was just a gaming forum.
Yeah.
For that sort of thing, coordinate your gameplay, talk to your teammates. But I looked into it after you started setting this up, and yeah, there's all sorts of everything there.
Yeah, totally. And that's one of the things. How about if we do this? Look at that, it worked.
Hey, look at that. That's the first time we've used that same transition.
That's the first time we've used that transition. We need to actually do transitions though. Like, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, well, if you just click that button, you can pick one and it'll apply it. I think.
What?
Yeah. The gear cog thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
But we should like make our own. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. We
Like
can
a
do that.
fun transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool. Discord is on mobile. Yeah, so I have an app on my phone that is just the Discord app, and that's how I interact with it all of the time. I'm on my phone all the time.
But you can't find it.
It's right there. So yeah, it can be on mobile, it can be on PC, whatever. It's just a little app that you download, and it has all these different channels and stuff within a particular server. So the Soap and Clay server, and we can always create new channels. If somebody wants to have a let's share our pet channel, we can do that. If you want to do booth setup ideas, we can do that. Again, the whole point is we just have a community there where we can have questions answered or get support or just get, a community without dealing with, obviously we don't want toxic positivity either, but we definitely don't want shit posts that are just being salty to be salty. So
Discord reminds me of a combination of like a 1990s chat program like IRC, ICQ, and any forum.
yeah,
Like any, Ford truck forum,
right.
soap making forum or whatever. It can be live and you're just chatting one-on-one. It can be you make a post and people come in hours later and answer you, address it, whatever.
Right.
But it feels very old school, which I like.
Yeah, it totally is. It's an older interface for sure. It's very old school. They also have audio channels too. And so if I want to do interviews with you guys, or we just, you have a question and you need something answered or whatever, you can pop onto the video or the audio channel and we can just chit chat. And you can do that with other people too. Just get them into the audio channel and you guys can have a conversation. So yes, and Discord is free. It's 100% free. But it's also safe because the way that Discord settings are, you have to have an invitation to get in. And in getting in, the way that our Discord is set up, you have to agree to rules. And if you don't agree to those rules, and my first rule is don't be a dick, you immediately get booted. And there are mods and there are admins and there are auto mods. Actually, there are bots that are in there too, monitoring the chat and doing all the things. And if somebody's being a dick in a way that I've decided that you can't be a dick, like saying your soap is ugly or melt and pour isn't real soap or something, then you immediately get banned from the channel.
It's an interesting list of keywords you have to come up with.
It's a lot of weird keywords that you have to come up with. Yeah, for sure. But so no, Soap Chef, you're right. She is the best. Georgia May is the best. And so it's garbage. Well, thanks so much for stopping in. Goodness in every bite. 4 a.m. does come early. And that will be me. Actually, I will see 4 a.m. hopefully. Because I don't go to sleep tonight.
Because
we're playing the new Borderlands tonight.
Yeah.
So
Because
very
video
excited.
game came out today.
Yes. So Soap Chef, for us, this is through OBS. OBS is a free software program, and we have set up what's called a scene. And within this scene, we have, picture in picture.
We're going down the OBS rabbit hole.
Yeah, so it's something that, it's can be kind of interesting to set up. But
OBS is completely free and incredibly powerful.
it is a very powerful tool.
Prepare to devote some time to.
Yeah. And there's definitely, I don't know, I think it can be a learning curve with all of it. But also, you don't have to do anything. You can just dick around with all of it. And if you don't like it, delete it all and start again,
Yeah,
which we did a lot of on Sunday.
That's the best part. You just uncheck it
Right.
and just start over. We had to go back to ground zero a few times on a few scenes.
Yeah.
But you can't break it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, those 12 filters just totally ruined everything. Well, turn them off.
Turn them off. Exactly.
Just-
Yeah.
Don't be scared to add them and try them, I guess is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, for the Discord for sure. It's a nice thing because I also do not use Facebook very much. I just go on every once in a while to see what the shit posting is on the soap forums, so I can screen cap and laugh, and maybe use this content for later.
That sounds amazing, Tim. Jalapeno peppers in a pizza crust.
Yeah, that sounds really
yes,
good.
we'll do. We'll be
no.
trying that. You can pop it in the pizza oven.
Oh, we
On
could
the
pop it in the
stone?
pizza oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little crispy jalapenos in there. Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
We could do that. Exactly. If 4 a.m. is your normal bedtime, Kelsey, yeah, that's we live different lives. Like I said, we're very different schedules.
I hate 4 a.m.
Liz, I am glad that you like being here for sure. It makes me happy. You guys built the community though. Shit. I'm just some person that's with a camera and a mouth that won't stop talking. So, I didn't do this. You guys did this. And that's cool. And I'm glad that you enjoy being here. But, the part of this that really makes it super special is you and this community that you guys have built. And it's beautiful. So I am just one part in all of this. Just the part that, turns on a camera and talks a lot of shit, really. Because that's me. There's a lot to get through, Narina. Good luck. I'm sorry. There's a lot of videos. 365 days of soap, 2 years in a row. I don't know.
That's a big commitment.
That was a lot. But yeah, so we've had some guesses for my most disliked video ever.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to? Yeah, it's called OBS. Soap Chef. Yes, OBS Studio. Does anyone else want to guess what my most disliked video is at 89% like to dislike? I mean, in all honesty, that's not a bad list. Like, there's not. Oh,
No. What was your threshold for that? What was your criteria?
oh, well, my criteria was anything under 97%. And I ended up with just 9 videos.
And why is you have how many? 600 and what?
620 videos now.
620 videos. You came up with 9 that were ranked less than 97%.
Right, it's still
Like
a solid
this one.
A, except for that
Right.
89%.
Where'd the 97 come from? How'd you pick that?
My overall channel is 99.2, and so I'm like, well, I have to keep it kind of high, right?
Right.
So I don't know, arbitrary number, 97. Because most of my videos are very, 100%, most of them.
Mhm.
So we're probably making a cult. Are we a cult? We might be a cult.
Sometimes you're just like-minded individuals, and you're not crazy.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not a cult.
right. No, it's not a cult.
Tribe.
Yeah, it's a tribe. It's different.
That's totally different. Yes.
Starting a soap business. Stephanie, did I do a video on that?
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I'm
Totally
sure I did. I guess
Yeah.
I'm just not remembering the video.
I think it was a like a deep dive, one of your in the galleon sort of thing.
Oh, one of my deep dives?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that one was really highly rated. It's a good guess, though. Good guess. I actually expected all of my labeling videos to get really high dislikes because I talked about, and actually I expect at all times my deep dives to get really bad dislikes, or more than usual or whatever, because I talk about a lot of controversial shit and I don't really try to sugarcoat things. And and I also don't super pick a side, except when I super do. And I guess that's, I don't know. You're not a cult. Everybody have a flower. Here's your flower.
But no Kool-Aid.
But no Kool-Aid. Absolutely not. That is not Kool-Aid.
Mm-mm.
No. But yeah, but those videos actually surprisingly do really, really well. And that's good because I put so much time and effort in that. It's like I walk into it expecting somebody's going to get mad about something that I've said in this 1.5 hour long video, which is why the editing process is always so miserable for me. I take 5-6 hours of filming and condense it into 1.5 hours because I'm like, well, I want to say this, but I don't want someone to get mad. So cut it out and
Right.
just
But
do
you still
this.
you leave. Never mind. You do a very good job of staying neutral in the
Kinda.
product.
Kinda. No, I think I definitely give my opinions.
You do, but you're better at managing human relations than I am.
Yeah, well, yeah, I am that actually, but you
There's
get
so much of that where I'm like, fuck it, leave it in.
but
They don't like it.
a lot of your job, you get paid to be an asshole. So that's a huge part of your job.
Yeah.
To be a professional asshole, like a nice asshole, but an asshole all the same. So
Uncooperative, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, it's part of my job.
it is definitely part of your job. Yes, no nasty peoples are going to mess with this cult. I mean, tribe. We're not a cult.
What's that?
The videos help me get over my imposter syndrome. Yeah, no, I get that for sure. That's definitely a thing. And I get it. Like feeling that you're, I don't know, that who you are is not really the representation of you. Like it's a thing. I think you deal with imposter syndrome as a creator a lot too. Like you're showing a representation of you or a mask or whatever. And that was one thing that I really never wanted to do with the channel. And so that's why you get me so blunt and whatever. Like, obviously, you don't get all of me. You get me for 20 minutes a day. And so I have this whole ass life outside of this. But as I've said before, I'm not much different, except for I wear a lot of robes.
Oh, that video's gone now, isn't
As you saw, I wear a lot of robes. Well, I'm glad Heather agrees. I'm like that. Yeah.
I think you do a pretty good job of it. I mean, like, if anyone watches one of those videos, they could probably decide which way you lean on these topics.
Right.
But you're not like I would be.
Like, I give all the information, and then I give, like, my opinion on something. Like, well, I would do it this way,
Yeah.
It's like at the end of all of the soap labeling and stuff. I would just get in the habit of labeling. Can you do it this way? Yes, you can. Is it wrong? Of course it's not. I would get in the habit of just labeling it with cosmetic guidelines because things are going to change at some point. So just get in the habit of it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But Cauldron Hill, most disliked video has to be the first one where you're the soap apprentice for making bath bombs, the headlines and recipe, and then the video you said I've given you the recipe before. Yeah, some of those actually in the early days, I was just like, surprised, like I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I made a thumbnail and people would ask like, where's the recipe? I'm like, what do you mean? And then I look at the thumbnail and I'm like, oh, I didn't give a I couldn't give a recipe in this one. And so I have to go back and either change the thumbnail or put the recipe in the description. And even now I still get comments in those same exact goddamn videos, where's the recipe? I was like, it's in the description, I pinned it in the comments, come on, I fixed my mistake.
I remember a couple times, though, where you responded to those with the link to the other video that had the recipe.
Well, because that particular one was not a recipe day. Like, it was no recipe should have been expected in that particular thing. And so them commenting and saying, where's the recipe? I'm like, here it is. I didn't give it to you in this one, and I didn't tell you that I did. I got better at that as the time went on.
It's been a journey.
It's been a journey. But yeah, so I think Soap Chef has the right idea, and a couple other people have the right idea.
Here we are.
I've done a lot of pull-throughs, and they're actually all of my least liked videos. Like the last pull-through, because it became a running joke, right? I continued to make pull-throughs, and it, I just, every time I was like, I'm never doing this again. And so I have a lot of them. But it was a very interesting thing in that all of my videos were very much, most disliked videos are pull-throughs. And this one right here is the most disliked video in the entire channel at 89.1%, titled Pull-Throughs Are Stupid. And also, how many views does this have? It has 736 views. There are other pull-through videos here that have just a few hundred views and still are rated like 94 to 92% like to dislike. And so, yeah, that is my most disliked video ever. Pull-throughs are stupid. And I honestly think it's because they didn't get it. You know? They didn't get you don't think you watched it. Because I literally said in the video, and I think that was a pinned comment too. Pull-throughs are stupid because I'm bad at them. It's not because they're stupid. I didn't mean that.
But also, even if you did mean that, even if your whole video was, yeah, this is just stupid technique. I don't know why people do it. I hate it. Why are you going to dislike the video?
Yeah. Seriously, oh my God, okay. I'm stating a preference. They're stupid. But again, I did specify they're stupid because I'm bad at them. That was it. Tim said that they thought it was a planned late night live. And the neighbors walk around in robes. Same. Okay. So we live in a private community and I'm on the HOA board. And also I just don't care in life. And so when I need to go somewhere to give my friend some eggs or, whatever, or I need to go get the kids from the park, I just walk around in my robe. And it's the most normal thing in the world. It's fine.
Robes are warm and comfy.
Robes are warm and comfy.
I
Hey,
could wear
Amanda,
one
how's it
right now
going?
if I could. I guess I can.
You can.
Let's do it next
You can
time.
wear
Let's do
your
the
robe.
lives in the robes.
Robe stream?
Robe live.
Robe stream.
I think that is an excellent idea.
I like it.
I need to catch back up here.
Yeah, you should catch me with that.
Testing to see if people were watching and listening. No, we absolutely were not testing to see if people were watching and listening. We were shocked when accidentally went live and there were actually viewers because it was the middle of the night. And we do this pretty often. Again, we're always adding tech and changing tech and having problems with tech. So, a live video like this may normally include 2 or 3 nights of trying to dry run through things and get it all dialed in. And that was the first time that it malfunctioned and actually went live. So it was a bit shocking to have viewers and comments on that one.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Still don't know what happened.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for letting me know that we're live. That was a thing.
Yeah, actually, that's appreciated. If you ever run across something like that, please comment.
Yeah,
say
give us a
something.
comment.
Hello.
Be like, do you know that you're live now?
Otherwise, we might be sitting there for hours.
Right. Just keep going. And all of a sudden, we have this that we wake up to. Oh, fresh hell, what did we do? Yeah, so definitely, if you see it, comment. Do you mean to do this? It's midnight. You okay? That would be
Yeah, and also something that I said earlier, that once we end the live stream, it can take an hour before it buffers and uploads and is all ready to go on YouTube for us to play it back. So we have no idea if it's up.
Or
right
even,
now.
or even find it. That was the thing that was kind of freaking me out. I had a hard time even finding it, right? And
well, other people were watching it, rewatching it.
Right.
We couldn't find it. We couldn't see it here.
Exactly. I couldn't find it. And so once I finally did find it, I privated it. And then Mr. Soap and Claire and I were talking. We're like, you know what? Just leave it up. Just see what happens. And that one actually got some pretty good dislikes at the beginning too. And then it all evened out. So I was like,
yeah, what are you disliking?
you don't like my robe?
We're like, oh, it's accidental.
Yeah, it was a lot. That was fun. Tech is bad, and apparently we're super bad at it. So, yay.
Well, so the problem is, with Soap Chef asking about OBS, so if you record in OBS versus stream in OBS, your results are different. So what we were doing was we spent all night recording things and playing them back, and it wasn't working.
Right.
And then we went to check it versus streaming, and it sounds different when you're streaming than when you're recording. And there are different file types and audio channels and ways that you can fix that, but it's a giant pain in the ass. And so...
And that was one of our biggest problems.
We did the stream because the recording's not working. So if you want to test settings, you need to be streaming.
Right.
And then watch that back.
Right.
Versus recording.
Yeah, and that was one of our biggest problems with all of this. And that's one of the reasons why we're sort of delaying the Twitch thing. Because there is no test option. For anybody who may be familiar with YouTube, maybe you have a channel or you've just messed up. Because you all have a channel. Just technically speaking, you all have a channel. Just the second you actually subscribe to become a YouTube user. And so you all have the ability to go to put up videos whenever you want. In the YouTube world, you can put videos up private and unlisted. You can go live private and unlisted, which means nobody can see it unless you want them to. And you specifically give them a link. And so you have a testing ground. With Twitch, you have no such testing ground.
No.
You're live.
Yeah.
And
There's
so
no private, there's no blocking, you just push the live button and everyone in the world can see you.
right.
There's no way at all to test it.
Yeah. And so it becomes a very scary thing for me personally. Like, I really want to make sure that we have all these scenes and everything figured out, and I know how to operate them and can operate them easily before I just turn on Twitch and go crazy with soap. Because I'm making soap, right? And so...
Yeah, so you have to set it up, not only so you've got your scene set up and you can operate them easily, but when you're covered in gloves and soap,
right, I need to be able to click a button.
It needs to be like, just one hotkey, like I can push this button and cycle through things, sort of thing.
Yeah, so Mr. Webman was talking about a mini keyboard of some sort that kind of reminds me of just like a 10 key.
Yeah, just a hotkey keyboard.
And
like
it's just literally a hotkey.
like a Stream Deck.
Like a Stream Deck. And so I was thinking that we should get one of those for me in there, because that's going to be the easiest way for me to swap between things.
Yeah, but it needs to be like a physical mechanical keyboard, not like a Stream Deck, not like a touchscreen. Because if you hit it 3 times
literally
with
has to be
soap
a
on your
button.
gloves,
Yeah.
then it's all muddy. It's like when your iPhone screen gets wet.
Right. Because I need to be able to move from here to here.
Yeah.
To there. To there. Plus like 12 other things really quickly while wearing gloves, while making soap.
Yeah, so it needs to be essentially, it may be that USB 10 key.
Yeah. That you can just...
The mechanical 10 key.
Yeah, and you can
not
hotkey it,
digital. Yeah.
right, to be the things that you need. I love that everybody in here is in their robes. I like it.
I'm super jealous. I'm going to go get mine.
Hey, hand me the robe.
Oh, you've got little...
I took it off right before stream. I was going to start with it on.
She was wearing it when we came out.
We had this Nordstrom robe that I got. And again, it's like just a terry cloth robe, right? It's like a flat panel robe, like a spa robe. And it's on the back of my robe. I'm like a freaking boxer.
Like a terry cloth comfy boxer,
Like a terry cloth comfy boxer. Isn't that lovely? And then had embroidered in the thing, let's make stuff. Can you see?
Well, that had to be there, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like a terry cloth boxer in my robe. And that was my work robe. That's the work robe I got for Christmas. It's very nice.
I was going to do it in silk like a boxer thing, but it's hard to get all that on silk.
Yeah, no.
And also, it's not really warm or comfy.
Right. Because like one of the reasons why I wear 4 different robes out in the soap shop right now is because it's cold and not insulated. And we need to fix that. But we were learning. Mr. Webman said Logitech G13 programmable game board with LCD display. He sent us the link. Thanks, Mr. Webman.
Why didn't he put it in the chat?
I don't know. He's
Everyone
lurking.
else might want to do that as well, Webman.
He's lurking.
Mm.
Yeah.
Cardigan.
Weather. Yes, somebody said cardigan. Yep, I
Yep.
love cardigans. Taylor Swift cardigans? Those are my favorite. Yeah, so it's been it's been a lot of fun with all my robes and all the things. And I do find it funny that eventually it's not like it's a dirty secret, because I've told you guys, I just wear a lot more robes. But then you saw it in live and vivid Technicolor action.
Was it that one you were wearing?
No, it was the old one that's like stained to shit.
The ratty
and
one.
The really ratty one. It's so warm and
That's
comfy
the
though.
work robe.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
really
this
the
was
work
meant
robe.
to be the new work robe, but it's all white and pretty.
It's white and pretty. I don't want to stain it up yet.
This time next year, it'll be a disaster.
Luckily, Christmas comes every year, so that makes it an easy
Have
gift
to
for you.
make it a tradition.
New robe every year.
New soap and clay robe.
Yep. Yeah, so that's been fun. And that's been what we've been doing for all of this with... because that's also a thing that we have to do. Not just switching between scenes, but muting things. Muting and turning other things on.
Yeah, so that's another thing we're going to work on, which it just requires a headset. But you can wear like just a single wireless earpiece, so you're not wearing headphones. And I set it up on here, which we can test when we're done streaming. But that whole audio ducking and side channel thing, learned what that is.
Yeah.
What it is you have some music playing.
Lost our camera again.
Have some music playing, browser playing, whatever. And when you talk into your mic, you set your mic as a side channel input. And when you talk, as soon as the mic picks you up,
Yeah.
it cuts the volume of whatever else is playing.
Yeah.
So you don't have to mute and pause and all that. But if your browser's playing over your speakers, your mic picks it up and you still get terrible audio.
Yeah. That's interesting. Also, one of the things that we have to... Do you want to plug that in for a minute?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be saying goodbye in a little bit, but let's give it time enough so we can see faces before.
did that give us?
So, about 30 minutes. Yeah, so that's really cool, and that's perfect information that works, because we were having issues with muting and doing whatever while those videos are playing and not getting echo. One of the things that we need to do is make sure that we know that I have a mute key for when I am making soap, because the whole vroom vroom of the mixer, I want that muted. That's not fun on anyone's ears, you know? So I want to be able to mute for a couple times during the pour itself. But other than that, I don't know that any of it's any real switching between things is really going to happen while making soap. Yeah, guys, the camera died. Yeah, we're charging it up again. We got 30 nice minutes out of it, so that was cool. But Nicole, thanks. It's a nice backdrop. It is a backdrop. It's what my library is kind of going to look like. It's, yeah, except taller and with more books and four-sided.
Not the same 12 books repeating over and over.
When we're done with the remodel, but yeah, they're like the same 12 books repeating. But it's a very beautiful backdrop. And so I'm just giving off those library vibes right now, because that is one of the next things to get worked on in the house. So I'm very excited. Everything's just coming together. And I get my dining room table out of the place where the library goes, and then all the books on the shelves. How fun is that going to be?
And those 10-foot tall two-sided shelves are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it myself. It's
Yeah.
not even my library.
It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, Heather, exactly. Not even fun on our ears as we make soap. Exactly. We need to be able to mute our stick blender, because it's annoying.
Well, so you can actually set up a compressor frequency range. So we'll sample whatever the stick blender is, what noise it makes, and you can set that same ducking, that same turn down. So you can leave your mic on, and if you hit that button, you've got that frequency range that will mute out of the audio feed.
That's perfect.
It's
I love
really
that.
fun.
That's awesome.
It's fun to play with, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and Lady Kit saying there's a way to audio gate so that your mic mutes the sound at certain decibels. Yeah, totally.
Yes, essentially, yeah.
We were
That's
playing with
essentially
the
what we're
audio
talking about.
gates in OBS this weekend. That was fun.
Yeah, that's what I was messing with Wednesday night.
Oh, when you kept making me say,
When you were tinking?
dink, dink, dink,
Yeah.
dink. Trying to will Jenna and Julian back into existence so they can come back and grace our lives with their presence again.
I wish they would.
Me
I
too. I miss
enjoyed
Jenna and
that.
Julian so much. They're amazing. But yeah, I was doing the dink dink, and I actually did say during all of that, because you couldn't make me do it. Lost all meaning now, babe. It's lost all
Well,
meaning.
while you were doing it, I was adjusting the thresholds on a noise gate. So
Don't play. Nobody asked you to do that.
It's alright, it's alright. Have a good time.
I wasn't trying to play another ad, guys. Sorry. I just clicked the wrong button.
I've seen that particular ad 18,000 times this week. Is
Really?
that the new thing?
I don't know, but it's weird that it's just stuck on that ad screen now. Nicole, where do we get the backdrops from? Yeah, so we go to Amazon and just search backdrop. I think we paid like $10 for this.
Yeah, you just search photo backdrop.
For sure.
And if you don't want to browse through 18,000 pages of results, then search for photo backdrop and whatever you think you might like to have behind you.
Exactly, like bookcase photo backdrop. And then, yeah. So, of course, Mr. Webman, yes, I did just do the wrist thing, even though the camera's not on me. would probably say just green screen it. Just green screen, just green screen, just green screen. Or you can just have a cute background, and that's one less step. Just film by that.
It is. That's the thing. It's one less step. Because this could also just be chroma key. And that's another OBS filter you can plug in, and you can just green screen right in OBS. But that's one more thing you have to do.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point with all of it. Like, you saw how stressed out I was all day on Sunday because we weren't getting the stuff going, and how stressed out I was today because tech, and I'm kind of freaking out, right? And so I don't know. Like, I really don't know about adding an extra layer of like green screen. Like, what if I forget to do it and my background is
green.
You know?
Yeah, and it's just a picture of a green piece of fabric behind you.
Yeah.
But, you know, eventually, like, it's sort of like the XLR microphone sound interface thing. Like, eventually, yeah. But right now, I don't want to add another step. And that's another step.
Right.
And when we've got everything else dialed in and we're both comfortable to just pop in, turn it on, and stop streaming, then yeah, we'll introduce some other things.
Right.
But it is too stressful. There's too many variables. And I don't want to introduce another one.
Right. Yeah. Daniel, your question about bayberry oil / wax. Bayberry is a pretty big irritant on the skin. It can be for a lot of people. And so if you're going to use it, I would recommend a pretty good dilution in like if you're looking at like a leave-on product. I would use it sparingly just because a lot of people do have reactions with it. But in and of itself, it's not terrible. Yeah, if you're using it for like actual like selling purposes or whatever, I would make sure that you use it very sparingly and mix it with a lot of other things and a really good carrier oil for your own personal use. If your, skin tolerates it, I would still use a carrier oil, but yeah, you can if your skin tolerates it. It's good for lots of stuff, right? Like, I don't know, like headaches and something. It's what I remember. It's pretty good. But it's very much a skin irritant. So it's one of those things like eucalyptus and menthol and stuff. A lot of people have issues with that. Their skin's too sensitive for it. So.
Is bayberry like hollyberry? Holly trees are irritant.
I think it's the same family. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's the same family. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Yeah, Soap Chef, totally. That's why I do the voiceovers with my videos, because I just want to get rid of all of the background sound in my videos. Like the whirring of the stick blender and the, listening of the podcast and the swearing of the soaper, And so just delete it all.
That's you.
And just talk over it. Because it's a lot. Like, it's not a dirty kitchen, it's a window to garden. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Why not?
That's another thing. What if your green screen, fails and you get to see my dirty kitchen? No. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Oh, no, you had a sad day. What happened? Oh, no, you don't have to say. You don't have to say, but I'm sorry that you had a sad day. I'm very sorry, friend. That's not... I mean, obviously, nobody ever wants a sad day. So that sucks. And I'm sorry. And I'm sending you a hugs for whatever happened. I'm very sorry. And Kelsey worked in TV for a while, and the green screen can get weird. Yeah, that's a thing, Kelsey. I actually remember a Jenna and Julianne podcast where she wore a green shirt. And so I think it was an entire jumpsuit, actually. She wore a green jumpsuit.
So she's just a floating head.
She was just a floating head the whole time.
That's amazing. Now I want to do it.
It was really, really funny.
Now I want a green screen and wear a green shirt. So you just see my head, and every now and then my hands would have been all gestury.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun for sure. Daniel, in soap, it should be fine. Most irritants in those types of like esters and essential oils don't survive saponification. as far as I am concerned, as far as I am convinced. Jury's still mostly out with all of that, but it should be fine in a soap form because saponification. But at the same time, do a test batch and see how they like it before you go too big on it. Yep. What happens when you make a sugar bar like we make salt bars, like with sugar crystals? Yeah, totally. You can do that. Like you talking about salt bars, Kimberly, like you put salt into the soap batter, so you have an exfoliating scrubby bar? Or are you talking about salt in the water? Either way, sugar can be done with that. Yep. So sugar increases the lather, while salt tends to decrease the lather. It actually makes for a pretty scant lather. So you have to do extra stuff to really boost that lather. In a salt bar, sugar increases the lather. It's a lot of fun. It also can speed up trace, so keep that in mind. And sugar in the actual soap batter, it mostly survives saponification. Like the bulk of it survives saponification. So you still end up having an exfoliating bar. That's actually a really good point, though, Kimberly. When was the last time any of us soapers actually saw someone put sugar in a soap, like in a video? I'm literally still looking at the camera. Like, when did we do that?
I just checked the battery charge, and that's when you realized the camera wasn't on, yeah.
I don't, yeah. Oh, it's still not on.
I've not seen you work with sugar since you did the scrubs.
Yeah, so I don't know that I've ever filmed a sugar as an exfoliant in the soap batter video, ever. I've done a lot of sugar in the lye water, but never...
You're going to have to get retro and do some sugar scrub.
No, I think we do sugar scrubs all the time. I mean, she's talking about specifically, I think, sugar in the soap batter itself.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't do. Like, I haven't done it for a video. We should do that. We should definitely do that. But yes, it's totally possible. And the majority of it, because the temperatures don't, as long as you're not C-popping it, but maybe I'll do a video where I actually also C-pop it, just to show you what happens. Because like sugars get scorched and like they start melting and then they re-solidify and it's very wild. Still talking to a camera that's not on. That's cool. So, but it can be done. That would be fun. C-pop it. But if you don't C-pop it, then the majority of the granules actually survive the temperatures of saponification, for sure. Oh, you lost a pet birdie this week, Laura? That's terrible. I'm sorry. And work stuff is also obviously never fun. Well, bad work stuff. Good work stuff is obviously a delight.
Or at least just live.
Or just live, yeah. Emerance, how's it going? Long time, my dear. I saw you pop up in some comments yesterday, and that was very lovely. Yeah, losing the birds is tough. Losing all of our animal babies. It's not fun at all.
It's not fair that they have lifespans that are a fraction of what ours are.
I know. It's the worst part about just pets in general. Such a rewarding experience to have them, but you have to say goodbye to them. They will never outlive you. It's so sad. Kelsey, you make lip balms with essential oil. You want a sweetener? Could corn syrup work? It could work. It probably would not make it too sticky. You could also just use glycerin and put because you don't need much of it, right? So glycerin would also work as your sweetener that you would mix your essential oils into, and that would help out with it. But corn syrup, you wouldn't use much in a lip balm recipe, and by much, I'm talking about, I don't know, like, let's say that your standard lip balm recipe is just like the regular little lip balm tubes that hold some very small amount, like 0.1 of an ounce. I'm pretty sure that they're very small. And your standard recipe makes 24. You would put like 3 mils of corn syrup in the entire thing. So just a pipette's worth, and it would sweeten it just fine. Camera battery, extra backup, and a backup. Yeah, actually, we've never had this thing going on here, but we also left the camera running for 4 hours today and forgot about it. So that's fun. Yeah.
The current problem is it's got one USB port and it was plugged into the computer and has to be to stream and it didn't charge. So.
Yeah, good time. Was not charging. Gotta love that. Bye, Panda. See you later. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Life has been intense, Emerance. That is not fun. I'm so sorry. I hope things are turning around and getting better right now. I also get it because we did have a weird February ourselves around here, and so things are sort of getting more normal now. When you see pop, do you wrap your molds? Yeah. Do I wrap my molds? For sure. I mean, depending on how you see pop. Like I see pop in the oven, and so no need to wrap molds, right? But if you don't and you're just using like a heating pad, what I would do is I would put a hot heating pad on the top, a not hot heating pad or a towel or something on, or I'm sorry, a hot heating pad on the bottom, a not hot heating pad on the top, and then also put like a box or something over it. And that's going to create a nice insulated area. But if you're just putting in the oven, I don't wrap the molds. I do cover them in saran wrap. Maybe that's what you're talking about, to prevent soda ash on the top. Cauldron Hill, glycerin is a sweetener. Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah, I had the same question.
The sugar.
I used to use glycerin to condition rubber, but I never put it in my mouth.
Yeah,
so
you've never
did
tasted
not know it was
glycerin?
sweet.
Yeah. You top your soaps with Epsom salts. Weeks later, salt turns like crumbs. Oh, really? Yeah. That can definitely happen. Like for sure with salt bars. Salt bars are very finicky, especially when you're dealing with Epsom salts in salt bars. Really, really finicky. And it will definitely essentially suck all the moisture out of that part of the soap. And then, basically crumble and flake off. It's salt's wild in soap for sure. It just turned off. It doesn't like us. Oh, got it. Yeah. Yeah, Kelsey, try them both. Let us know which one you like, for sure. Nicole did a banana coconut milk bar, soap bar. I love that. An overripe banana. I love that. That's awesome. Yep. Do some infusions with your, well, it's not an infusion. What is the word I'm looking for bananas? Puree. Damn. What the hell? I didn't know it was a puree. I'm an idiot.
Not a parfait. You're right.
Parfait. Oh, look, we're back. Yay!
Hey, we're all big.
Like those parfaits. We don't actually need to have this ad part on anymore. I think we're all done there.
Who are you advertising for?
Google. We're always advertising for Google. This be a Google platform. Thank you, Google. Yes. Good, Emerance. I'm glad it turned around because you willed it into existence. That works too. Sometimes we just got to do that thing. And sometimes we want to and it doesn't happen. So I'm glad it happened for you. That's awesome. I love that her bars smell or look like banana bread. That's fun.
Banana bread sounds good.
Monk fruit drops to sweeten your lip balms is also a great idea. I like that too. Yeah. Yep. Somebody said earlier, can I show you about the oven, tell you about the oven that we see pop in? Yeah, that oven is actually, it's a custom made thing that Mr. Soap and Clay made. And it was made specifically to fit just underneath my counter. But to also only be tall enough for my molds, my regular loaf molds and slab molds to go into. So there's not a lot of headroom at the top of them, and also go into lengthwise. So it's pretty long and wide, but not tall, right? And Mr. Soap and Clay made it. He did the electrical things in it. It's a box. I don't know why I'm telling people about things. You made it. Talk to them about the oven that you made.
You're explaining it perfectly.
I'm not. You talk to them about the oven you made, sir. Yeah.
It was a box. It's lined with aluminum because it's a very good heat conductor, and it has fans from big PC fans in it, and the heating element was from an electric hot water heater, and then it's got a thermostat and a controller, so you can set the temperature and it'll maintain. And it was basically a convection oven. It blows air over the water heater heating element and circulates it through the oven.
Mm-hmm. And good, awesome, cool oven for sure. But if you don't know how to do that stuff, which I don't know how to do, I have yet to find a single thing that this guy doesn't know how to do.
Lots of things. But
Did I say that right?
combining computers and construction, I can do.
He knows how to do all the things, is what I mean. And so, yeah, luckily he knows how to do that. And he figured that out. And it's a cool oven. If you don't know how to do that stuff, though, just put it in your regular oven. If you don't want to put it in your regular oven, or it's too big or awkwardly shaped, just wrap it in a heating pad and put a box around it or on it. That works too.
Maybe just start out that way and see how it works for you before you try building this ridiculous elaborate oven.
That's a good point too. Like, it essentially became an issue of, do I want to buy 50 heating pads, or do I want just an oven where I can put 50, batches of soap into? And so he made that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to buy heating pads.
And like lots of things that I've made, there were at least 3 failures before I nailed that design.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trial and error where I just put things together and, sometimes they catch on fire, actually, when it came to that, before we finally got there.
Actually, yeah, there was a lot of fire starting in that. There was a lot of, he did a lot of tests and all the things until he found out the right, motor or whatever heating element thing to use.
Yeah.
He likes starting fires, though, because the outside is also lined with wood, so it's a wood box with the aluminum inside, and also you had tons of insulation around it, too. That silver insulation, squishy shit.
Yeah, the reflective
between
stuff.
between the layers. And he just likes starting fires on wood, specifically on wood.
That's true.
He intentionally does it. He'll take salt in wires.
Oh, yeah, the electrical. Yeah.
And he just burns wood. And then I gotta touch or something, and he's like, "Don't! What are you doing? Are you trying to die?" And I'm like,
"It's
how
like
dangerous is this
12,000
really?"
volts. People do die doing it. It's a regular occurrence. You don't touch it.
Just doing this in the backyard on a Tuesday, because why not?
That's like just ripping all the wires out of the inside of your microwave and grabbing them all and then turning it on. They're microwave transformers, essentially.
You're making it look so nonchalant, not a big deal, though. So, of course, I want to come up and, put my fingers in the middle of it. When do I not want to put my finger in something?
That's why you got to hit 3 switches to turn it on.
Who I am.
Get back.
And he's got his little electrodes on either side, and I'm like,
oh, God. She's terrifying.
It's fun.
Seriously.
How many do I make in mass quantity, Nicole? Lots. We did a video on how much soap you need or whatever, and I was saying, if you could make 500 or 1,000 at a time, do that. That's what I do. I make a lot at a time, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. You guys get more manageable sizes because it's easier to film. And also, I don't see a whole lot of, I don't know. I've never really dug those videos of watch me make 600 soaps at once.
Well, at any given point, you could pan the camera back and see that there's countertops on both sides filled with the exact same
right, everything else around it. So yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, no, I would blow up the block too. In fact, I think I've actually tried to do that with his stuff. Not intentionally. I'm just an idiot. Vernetta, covering your soap, same as the oven. The oven, because it's a hotter temperature, ovens at their lowest point get to 180 degrees, right? What that's doing is it is essentially forcing your soaps to go through a secondary heat phase. Because what's going on in your soap after you hit emulsification? Once that lye water hits your oils and you start manually mixing it to break down those fatty acid chains and make the lye water sort of start working with the fatty acids, is you were forcing saponification. And saponification creates a heat. And so your soaps are already heating up at the core of your soaps to around 100, 120 degrees, depending on how cool you're pouring your soaps. Putting them into the oven for that secondary heat cycle right after you're done pouring ensures that they get up to this area of around 180 degrees throughout the entire bar, which forces gel. So it makes it quicker to unmold. Bars get harder faster, and the colors are more vibrant. And so I love using CPOP and the ovens for that reason, mostly because I always need my molds right away. And so I want to be able to unmold them as quickly as possible, but also because I'm really, really stingy when it comes to my micas. And so I use the least amount of micas and then do a gel phase and a CPOP to still get the big, beautiful color. And most of the time it works out. So there's that. It's a little bit different than just wrapping them. Putting a second heat cycle, be it with a heating pad or something, is CPOP, and it's cool. Yeah, Nicole knows what you're talking about. Look at all that. Electrifying the wood.
Yeah, fractal burning.
Yeah.
Nicole, do you also work with Shoshugi Bon then? I like to burn wood, whether it's with actual big flames or electricity.
You do. Yeah.
We got some great Shoshugi Bon pieces out here.
We have some beautiful pieces of burned wood out here.
It preserves it. I'd rather have that than, pressure treated.
It's really very beautiful.
Mainly because I don't like all those little dimples. But
seriously, it's super gorgeous. It's just kind of scary. A lot of electricity going on, like salt water and shit, in order to conduct it. Like, it's wild. It's wild.
But so pretty.
Oh. You put your loaves in an insulated bag. That's a cool idea. Like an insulated like
stuff
food
it into
bag?
a sleeping bag. Like
an insulated food bag? Is that what you're talking about? That's kind of cool. I like that. That's a fun idea. Yeah. People got some crushes. I got some crushes on the Mr. Soap and Clay.
I think you're talking about you.
No, they're talking about yeah.
Oh.
Look at that. That's nice.
Because I burn wood.
Yeah. Because you burn wood and you got that nice head and that nice beard and that nice face and that nice skill set. You're nice all around.
I mean, it was gleaming earlier.
You're nice all around. Well, I'm actually gleaming because I've been like sweating in here while also being freezing to death. So it's super wild to me. I don't understand what's happening here.
It's weird.
Super concerned that I'm getting sick again, which would really suck.
At least you're getting this out of the way before you get sick.
I want to go play Borderlands though, so I don't want to.
Oh, you mean like immediately getting sick, not like in the next couple of days?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
I hope you're not too sick to play Borderlands.
I know, it's time for Borderlands. It's a good time.
That was, today. Supposed to be.
Yeah, we got a new video game that we've been looking forward to for several years. The new installation of a game series that we like. And we got it last night, and I played for like 15 minutes before I fell asleep. And it was only at like 9 o'clock, so...
It was weak.
It was, yeah, I am no longer a professional gamer, it turns out. I can't handle the nights, I can't handle gaming anymore, apparently.
Yeah, I made it till about 11, which is also sad.
Awen was up with you for quite a while, though. She was having a good time watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she passed out probably half an hour before I finally called it a night.
Oh, Susie has a sinus and an ear infection. That sucks. I'm sorry.
That
is
terrible.
Not fun at all.
They're usually related, though.
Yeah.
Like, if you get one, they just drain into each other.
That's true, they do.
They just one infects the other. Awful.
It's the worst. They're all part of the same system. It's very gross. You think about it. I try not to, because it's nasty. There's only a couple pipes in our whole body.
Try not to think about it. The whole sinus system is... I learned all about it when we started COVID testing all the time. Like, oh, you've got to get that into my sinus. Where's that? Oh, God, it's like right there by my brain.
Oh, no, it's poking my brain. Yeah. That game and The Last Epoch, no, I haven't. I haven't played either one of those. There is a game that's called something like This Is Not a Game or something that sounds really interesting to play, that I want to play. But I haven't played either one of those.
That sounds creepy.
There are so many games. I think it's a comedy horror game, actually.
Oh, yeah, creepy. There you go.
There are so many games out there that I've never even been, like, aware of. And then I started following people on Twitch, and I'm like, wow, you guys have cool stuff. I'm currently playing this game called Spiritfarer, and it's a puzzle game. So there's no, like, killing or jumping or, like, goal achieving or anything. You're just talking to people and sort of fetch questing for them the entire time. The idea is you're the new Charon and you're taking them to the underworld, but you have to help these spirits like sort of fulfill their final wishes. And it's so sad. And like happy sad, like emotional. It's emotional. And so I've been like crying with all of it. It's a very cathartic game, but also, wow, a lot of it hits kind of close to home. Pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that you got into that one. Last Epoch like Diablo.
Interesting.
I'm actually
I'll
very
have to check
behind
that
on
out.
Diablo too.
Yeah, I think Mr. Webman has played quite a bit of the Diablos.
Isn't there a new one?
He used to play a lot of them when he was a kid, for sure. I'll have to look up Last Epoch. Thank you. I just did that.
It all has been overwhelming with the number of games that I've also never heard of, especially getting into the PC side.
Yeah.
Logging into Steam, and I can get lost for hours just browsing titles, not even end up downloading or playing a game.
Oh, I know. We got like proper gaming PCs last week, and he did. He spent hours literally just going through the titles, and then he ultimately decided on an old video game he played when he was a child.
Yeah, like 1980s Indiana Jones.
Brand new gaming PC, all of the dope shit, 4K monitors, all the things, and he's like, let's go down to this 4-bit thing.
A 286 DOS computer.
Yeah.
Ran it back in the day.
That was funny. Yeah.
I enjoyed it though.
Well, that's all that matters. You got to enjoy it. I mean, the first thing that I played on it was what? Sims? Was that the first thing I played?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I can't talk.
That's Sims. Like modern Sims, though. It's not like Sim City from like 2000.
That's true. That's true. It is modern Sims.
I'm playing the legitimate 1989 Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
I don't care. That was my introduction to PC gaming, and now I'm PC gaming.
And so you got to do it again, right?
Even if the game
you got to go back.
2022 titles.
That's why I played Wolfenstein 3D a couple years ago. I'm like, yeah, Wolfenstein. I remember that. But anyway, it's past 6, and we've been with you guys for 2 awesome hours. And as much as I don't want to leave, we have to go feed children because they like the food. So
maybe just the one that's looking for food.
But she is actively looking for food, so
she's not like foraging in the yard.
No, so we're gonna have to go feed our
we have a window
kidlets.
right there, by the way.
So we see them. They're not out in the yard foraging for food. Yes, Heather, thank you so much for joining us. Good night. Have wonderful, wonderful sleeps. And everybody else, thank you guys for being amazing and for being here and all of the things. And if memory serves, Miss Soap Chef has a live coming up very soon. So if I don't see you guys between now and then, I'll see you then for sure. I mean, I'll see you every day for daily content, but like the live thing, I'll see you in the chat for sure at Soap Chef's next live. And I actually have another live scheduled for next week. Surprise, 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 surprise. So we'll be doing this again next weekend.
Oh, we have a live.
Yeah. Well, we, whatever. You can come, you cannot, whatever you want to do.
Oh, whenever you like me, I'm here.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And I'm really appreciative that you guys are always just so very chill when things go wrong and whatever. But
because
honestly,
they're going to.
Yeah. And my stress levels were so big on Sunday because we weren't ready with the audio. And today my stress levels were big. And the worst thing that I guess happened was the camera. So thank you for letting us kind of play with a couple scenes and stuff to get me more comfortable and confident with the whole process. So I can do this like live, like make soap live. I'm good at a whole lot of things in the world. This is not one of them.
It's not that you're not good at it, you're not comfortable with it. That's different.
So thank you guys. Yeah. So I will leave a link to the Discord, link to the Discord in the main comments look for it in about 5 minutes. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Which means she might also be on Discord throughout the week between this live and next live.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% on the Discord the whole time.
There you are.
Yeah.
More interaction.
Yeah. So there's that.
And you can engage more when you're not having to talk to the camera, actually.
Yeah, there's also that too. Because reading and
it's hard
talking,
to keep track of.
It's a lot.
It is.
But yes, thank you guys so much. I will definitely put the Discord link down below in the comments. Give me 5 minutes. Let me see what the kids want for dinner and do the things. So, yes, thank you guys so much for joining us for another round of 365 Days of Soap. Say words and things and everything else that you would like to say to the peoples before I do the things.
Oh yeah, no, I've been running my mouth while we've been going.
I know. I always feel like I overtalk you, though. I feel really bad. I mean, just in general in life, I overtalk everybody, so kind of an asshole. But that's why we work together, because you're quiet and I'm not. And so
I say what I would like to say. I don't ever feel silenced, love.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good. All right. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys all again tomorrow for a recipe test crazy day. So look forward to that. That's going to be fun. Yes. Thank you guys so much. And we are out of here. You want to do a thing? Bye. That was our best buy yet.
I was
Best Buy.
I was actually hoping
Best Buy.
the camera. Best Buy's been getting a lot of attention from us.
Best Buy's been getting a ton of attention from us.
I'm
Oh my
probably the new
god.